is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. So today I have a little mini Barnes haul for you, and honestly to me it's not mini because it's like $100 or so worth of books. Anyways, I digress. Let's get into it. Some of these are anticipated releases for me. Some of these are like never heard of, but very intrigued by, you know, the story, the cover. Anyways, let's get into it. The first book I have is Lore Olympus, Volume 6 by Rachel Smith. This is an anticipated release, as well as her the next volume, not the second volume. I already have that. The next volume that comes out in the fall, I'm pretty sure. But basically this is about Hades and Persephone. I really enjoy this though because it talks about not just Hades and Persephone, it talks about all the gods and their relationships with one another. It's like reading reality TV about gods in graphic novel form. So this I love. Another thing is this is the Barnes & Noble edition, and I just want to point out like little pet peeves of mine. I don't care about this volume in particular. I think it was volume 4 that was green, or maybe it was volume 5 that came out and it was green. Like the original cover was green, and I'm just like, no, it can't be green. It doesn't match the rest of the covers. Like, it was green. And I understand why it was green from like story contents standpoint, because it's green with envy, and the character on the front of the cover was Hera. If you know, you know. If you know anything about Greek mythology, you know. Typically the Barnes & Noble editions I don't gravitate towards unless they're just like spectacular. Like I could have gotten the regular version, but they didn't have the regular version when I was there, so I was just like, okay, I'm gonna grab this. I don't remember what the original one looked like, but I know that it's still the same colors, like color scheme as like the rest of the volumes that I own. So that cover that was green, sorry, I'm backtracking. I'm all over the place, you guys. I'm backtracking a little bit, but that cover that was green, I got the Barnes & Noble edition for because it was purple, which kind of goes with this. It's not like a dark purple, it's kind of like a lavender. But anyways, I also want to mention, now that the book is not in my hand, Lore Olympus is one of my all-time favorite graphic novels. I've read that series or those volumes. I've also read Heartstopper, and I read Crumbs. I forget who Crumbs is by, but it's also another webtoon graphic novel like Lore Olympus, and it was very wholesome. It was very like cozy fantasy vibes. Let's keep it moving because I will yap about the graphic novels that I've read all day. Next book I have is Honey Witch by Sydney J. Shields. This is a historical fantasy, I'm pretty sure, like a historical cozy fantasy with romance in it. It takes place in 1831. I don't know if it actually takes place, it's literally in the first sentence, so it could jump around, I don't know. But I love the cover. It was published in 2024. Nobody's talking about this. I have never seen this before. I just was like intrigued by the spine, pulled it out, and was like even more intrigued by the cover. Didn't even read the synopsis. Even Rachel Gillig put a little blurb. Her little quote is on the front. A sweet feast brimming with whimsy, magic, and tender longing. Like, that makes me think it's gonna be a cozy fantasy. Part of my little trip to Barnes was to get more cozy fantasy books. We'll see how well I did. But I'm super excited to read this, and plus, Moppy. Next book to go along with the cozy fantasy theme is Legends and Lattes by Travis Baldry. Is that how you say his last name? I heard about this last year and wanted to get it. It's pretty thin for a book, and I'm just here for the cozy fantasy. I would love to read it right now because I think it's raining, and if you know, you know. In Arizona, it doesn't rain often except during monsoon season, and it's currently monsoon season, which is perfect time to read like cozy stuff. I want to read this. I also wanted to pick up the other one, Bookshops and Bone Dust. That was also available, I'm pretty sure. I am excited to read this though. It's giving good cozy fantasy vibes. So the next couple of books are YA fantasies, so I'm excited for these because I feel like I don't have a lot of YA fantasies that I've like heard about that are actually like decent. Like, I'm reading the Crave series, but that's a vampire series. Like, yes, it's vampires with other magical creatures in it, but it's predominantly, I don't know. it's its own thing. But the next book I got is Light Lark by Alex Astor, and this was a buy one get one 50% off book. The sticker just fell off. I've heard good things about this, and I'm really intrigued by the cover, and I know you're not supposed to judge books by the cover, but I'm pretty sure the whole theme of this video is the covers. Like, I talked about Lore Olympus's covers. I talked about the Honey Witch cover. I didn't talk about the previous book's cover, but it's the vibes it gives off is just like cozy fantasy vibes. But this, I'm so intrigued by this. My thing is, like, a lot of people complain about these like non-removable stickers, and like, I'm not bothered by them. I could care less, you know? Now, if one of the removable stickers left residue on the book and and it was like a cover like this, that's where we would have a problem. All right, next book is Half-Blood by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I know she's a controversial author, but I heard good things about this series, and I know it's getting republished, and I wanted to get the brand new ones with the sprayed edges. I got Half-Blood, and I also got Pure. So this is the one that caught my eye in, what is her name? Raven-Haired Reader. Her videos. There we go. Like, I know who she is. I just can't think of her name. She's talking about how they're republishing these, and she wants to get the sprayed edges, and I was just like, okay. So I went to Barnes thinking they would only have this one, because it seems that everybody who's republishing books that has sprayed edges, gone. The Off-Campus series by L. Kennedy, all the blue sprayed edges, the first book, gone. Doesn't exist anymore. Not on shelves anyways that you can purchase from. However, the first book did still exist with sprayed edges, so I was just like, okay, perfect, I'm gonna get that. And this, because I want these books, I want to read these books, and this is gonna be a series where I just buy the books before I read the series. I am super excited to actually start reading these. But anyways, this is the book haul, all 7 books. I think I did pretty good. Like, all those books, $100, and technically it was $50 because I used $50 in cash, and girl math, cash is not real money. Just kidding. All right, you guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please give it a like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can be notified every time I upload a new video. And if you stuck around to the end of the video, please leave a green heart emoji in the comments. It would mean the world to me to let me know that you watched from beginning to end. That's a cat. Anyways, you guys, I will see you in the next one.